is Dawn Hayes, and I'm excited to share a short practice with you. Most of these poses will be supported. Please set up your sticky mat with a blanket on top of it so that you have a smooth, slippery surface upon which to move today. We'll begin on your back in Shavasana. As you extend your arms and your legs, take a few moments to settle into your body. Our practice today will involve settling and soaking movements and is inspired by a short passage from Lao Tzu. He says, "Do you have the patience to wait for your mud to settle and the water to clear? Can you remain unmoving until the right action arises by itself?" Do you have the patience to wait for your mud to settle and the water to clear? Can you remain unmoving until the right action arises by itself? As you settle into your practice today, notice any places where there is intensity or strong sensation, and set an intention to honor those spaces in your body and to back off when you need to back off, and to explore with curiosity what you might encounter. Very slowly take your fingers onto your front hip bones. Flex your right foot and slide your right hip and your right heel away from your right shoulder. Relax your right leg. Flex your left foot and slide your left heel and your left hip away from your left shoulder. Relax your left leg. Do this side to side as you slide right hip and right heel long. Both the hip and the heel stay in contact with the earth. With your fingers on your hip bones, you'll notice how one hip slides down and the other hip slides up. As you alternate side to side, notice how both sensation and movement may be different on your left side than it is on your right side. Then bring your arms into the cactus shape and sliding your right hand along the floor like you're raising your hand with a question. Stretch right arm long. Optional, you can turn your head to look at the hand. Then do same thing on the left side, sliding arm overhead, reaching side body. And bring the arm back into the cactus position. Do this side to side a few times, noticing what you find both in the sensation and in the range of motion. Then sliding heel and arm at the same time. So right heel, right arm slide, and then left heel and left arm slide, reaching long through the side body. Noticing this extension of the lateral, the opening of the waist and the ribs. Pause in the center for a moment, and we'll change the pattern slightly. Now sliding opposite heel and opposite arm. Inhale, reach left heel, right arm. And exhale, return to neutral. Inhale, left arm, right heel. And exhale, return to neutral. And do this a few times. Slow, even, inhale, and exhale. Noticing how this is like a X or a cross pattern. Then return to the neutral, bringing your arms by your sides, palms up, and bending your knees. On your inhalation, tip your tailbone into the floor and gently arc your low back. On your exhale, scoop your low back to the floor and point your tailbone towards your knees. Inhale, tailbone into the earth and gently arc your low back. Exhale, root your low back and scoop your tailbone towards your knees. Inhale, look towards your chest as tailbone dips into earth. Exhale, look towards crown of head as tailbone scoops towards knees. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pattern, following the pace of your breath. Gradually make your way into neutral, walking your feet a little wider than hip distance. Inhale, tip knees to right and look to left. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, knees to left and look to right. Exhale, center. Inhale, knees to right, gaze left. Exhale, center. Inhale, knees left, gaze right. Do this side to side a few more times like windshield wipers. Do you have the patience to wait for your mud to settle and the water to clear? Allowing these movements to invite that soaking and settling. And then slowly, when you're ready, straighten your arms, straighten your legs, come back to the Shavasana and pause for a moment. Can you remain unmoving until the right action arises by itself? Slowly bend your knees, bring the feet onto the floor. Interlace your fingers behind the back of your head. Inhale, tip your tailbone into the floor, feeling the arc of your low back. Exhale, scoop your low back and tailbone points towards knees. Inhale, lower down, elbows to the floor, arc your low back. Exhale, lift your upper back, elbows hug in. Inhale, broaden, elbows root to the floor. Exhale, elbows hug towards one another. Inhale, elbows broaden away from one another. Feeling this opening and closing of the elbows, kind of like a butterfly, as you rock your hips, your pelvis on the earth. Feeling the rigorous action of this series, of this particular movement pattern. But keep that sense of soft and smooth in your body and in your breath. As you lift, you might twist elbows towards one hip, coming back to the center, tailbone to the earth, elbows widen, and exhale other direction. Inhale back to the center, low back arcs, elbows widen. Finding the pattern and pace of your breath. If at any time you need to pause, you're welcome to do so. And then join the movement again when you're ready. Optional, lift one knee towards elbows. Finish the one you're on, and then do one to the center. Release your arms, extend your legs, pause, take a few moments. Come back to the Shavasana and allow yourself to settle like the mud, allowing your water to clear. From here, bend your knees and very slowly roll onto your belly. As you roll onto your belly, as you come onto your belly, rest your forehead on your hands and tuck your toes under, walking your toes towards your nose. Press through your pubic bone and through the balls of your feet. Strongly lift your knees and your chest and slowly look forward. As you continue to root through your legs like a cobra, feel the strength of your tail, allowing the lift and extension through your heart and through the front of your torso. Utilizing the strength in your back body. Slowly lower forehead down, pointing toes, and pause. Relax, let your mud settle. Slowly once again, walk toes under, root through pelvis, lift your chest, lengthen heart. Continue to find that strong activation through the balls of your feet, through the lifting of your chest and your front body. Slowly lower, forehead to hands. Pause, take a couple moments. Notice your heart rate and your breath pattern. Allow your water to clear. Slowly inhale into the table position and carefully fold your blanket up, setting it to the side. Come into the table position, the hands and knees pose. Exhale, round your back body up towards the sky like a Halloween cat. Inhale, heart forward, looking up towards the ceiling. Do this a few more times. Moving in the wave-like pattern like we did a little earlier in the practice, but now with hands and knees as your foundation. As you come into the inhale pattern, pause there, tucking toes under. Bring your hips back towards your heels. Grab hold of the sides of your sticky mat, so fingers curl under, thumbs point forward. Pull the mat away from your feet and your knees as you gradually peel your knees away from the floor into the downward facing dog with bent knees. As you pull the mat away from your feet, use that to lengthen your side body, broadening your middle back, adjusting the length between the feet and the hands as needed. As you need, you lower down, take a breath, come back in when you're ready. Feeling the pulling action of the hands, extending your side, your back, bringing more space between hands and hips. When you're ready, slowly lower knees to floor. This time bringing palms to earth, shoulder distance apart. Spreading palms wide, rooting through hands. Once again, exhale, lift knees and hips slowly away from the floor into the down dog. As you come into the Adho Mukha Svanasana, take a couple moments to push the hands away from the feet like you did just a moment ago when you were doing the pulling action. Then when you're ready, step your right foot between your hands, bring your tippy fingers to the floor and look forward. Push back through your left heel, stamp down through your right heel, and stretch your heart long away from your navel. Feeling the space, the intensity of the legs, and then planting palms and slowly step to the down dog. Once again, sit bones lift high, knees bent. Step left foot between hands, tippy fingers on floor. Back leg powers behind you. Heart forward, breath smooth. Observing pattern and pace of your breath. Feeling connection to floor and the length from your right heel to the base of your skull, that central axis, the midline. Stepping palms to floor, left foot back to the downward facing dog. Sit bones lift, hands root. From your downward facing dog, step your left foot between your hands and pivot your feet so you're parallel and the torso is between the feet. With hands on floor or on blocks or some chair-like support, bend your knees, push through four corners of your feet, and slowly begin to extend the legs. Bring them towards straight. As you push through the feet strongly, allow the hips to tip forward and descend your spine towards the earth. You might bring a block or a blanket to support your head to allow a little bit more ease in your balance. As you push through the feet, the hands, perhaps through the head, notice how this helps you feel more rooted and more grounded. It will also help your mud to settle. As you explore the sensation of this shape, give your body a few more moments here to soak it in. Do you have the patience to wait for the right answer to arise by itself? Bend your knees. Slowly pivot your hands and step knees to floor and hips to heels, coming into the child's pose. Softly resting forehead on the earth or on your blanket or a block. Bringing arms by your sides and curling inward. Allowing your mud to settle and the water to clear. Very slowly inhale up to seated. And make your way onto your back. Carefully roll onto your back. We'll do the Supta Sukhasana, hugging shins in, crossing shins, and drawing knees towards your chest. You might rock a little to the right. Pause there for a few breaths. Rock a little to the left. Pause there for a few breaths. And come back to center and switch the cross. Palms of hands hooked to soles of feet, creating a mudra, a seal. Crossing the shins creates another mudra, another seal. Drawing the energy of the practice today in towards your belly, in towards your center. Very slowly, when you're ready, extend your legs into Shavasana, perhaps sliding a blanket underneath the legs near your knees, or covering up with a blanket to add a little warmth, a little weight, which can help the nervous system release and relax. You might stay here as long as you wish. I recommend at least 10 minutes, but do whatever you have time for today. Thank you for sharing your practice. It's been an honor.